Rome, sometime in the 2nd century. Your entry is free. Your seat is assigned. Your social rank is visible from orbit. Welcome to the Colosseum, where even watching entertainment required architecture, crowd control, stage machinery, sailors, pulleys, and an aggressively Roman seating chart. The building was originally called the Flavian Amphitheater. Construction began under Emperor Vespasian in the 1st century, and the arena opened under his son Titus in 80 CE. It became the largest amphitheater in the Roman world, an enormous ellipse built to make tens of thousands of people see one central event. That sounds simple until tens of thousands of people arrive at the same time. The exterior had 80 arches. Most spectators used 76 numbered entrances. Their entrance token matched routes marked through the building, guiding them along curved corridors and stairways toward the correct seating wedge. Ancient Rome had invented stadium wayfinding, including the traditional experience of confidently following everyone else. The circulation system divided the crowd into smaller streams. People entered, climbed, turned, and emerged near their assigned level instead of forming one enormous queue with sandals. But the seating plan was not democratic. The emperor occupied a privileged box. Senators sat close to the arena. Knights followed. Lower social classes climbed progressively higher. The worst views waited at the top. Rome had turned social inequality into a vertical seating diagram and then built it in stone. Above the crowd, another machine went to work. A vast fabric awning called the velarium could shade sections of the seating. Sailors from the imperial fleet helped operate its ropes, masts, and cloth. Apparently managing a roof was close enough to managing a ship, provided nobody asked where the water had gone. Below the audience, the building became even more complicated. The arena surface was a timber floor covered with sand. Under later versions of that floor sat the hypogeum: corridors, holding areas, machinery, winches, counterweights, and freight lifts. Trapdoors allowed scenery, performers, and animals to appear suddenly in the arena. To the audience, it looked like spectacle. To the crew below, it looked like pulling the correct rope while several tons of surprise waited in a dark corridor. The underground system was first built in wood, then reconstructed in masonry under Emperor Domitian. Its 14 visible corridors reveal a stage management machine hidden beneath the show. Early celebrations included water spectacles. Once the permanent masonry underground occupied the space below the arena, turning the building into a lake became considerably less practical. Even Rome eventually discovered that one venue cannot support every format. The events themselves were not harmless entertainment. People and animals were injured and killed. Prisoners and enslaved people were forced into spectacles created to display imperial wealth and control. The engineering deserves attention without turning suffering into a punchline. That tension is central to the building. The Colosseum was a brilliant machine serving a brutal system. Gladiatorial games were abolished in 438, and the amphitheater gradually lost its original role. But it did not simply become an empty ruin. Over later centuries, spaces became workshops, storage areas, homes, animal shelters, and religious sites. Earthquakes damaged it. Builders removed stone and metal for other projects. The stadium slowly became a neighborhood, a quarry, and eventually an archaeological monument. Today, the missing outer walls expose the very corridors that once controlled the crowd. The machinery is gone, but the operating system remains visible. So what was the Colosseum's greatest spectacle? Not one fight, hunt, play, or staged surprise. It was the building itself, an ellipse that could sort a city by status, move enormous crowds, shade them, conceal a backstage world, and focus every eye on one arena. Rome did not merely construct a place to watch power. It constructed power as something everyone could watch. And 2,000 years later, the crowd is still arriving through numbered entrances. The dress code has improved. The queue remains historically accurate.